Hey everybody, welcome back to the ChatGTM Podcast. This is Michael Beck reporting to you live here from the Food on Demand Conference in Dallas, Texas. It's been a couple of days of some great events where we had speakers, content, and a fantastic trade show floor with some of the top vendors in the delivery space. That means driving business beyond your four walls. I am lucky to be here with Mr. Alex Vasilkin, the co-founder of Cartwheel. Alex, how are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Yeah, give me a handshake. That's a good handshake. I trust that handshake. So Alex, first off, food on demand. Is this your first year?
This is our fifth year. We've been coming 5 years in a row and we'll keep coming. That's one of the best conferences we go to.
Why? Why is this a good show for you?
Because food on demand is about food on demand.
Okay.
And that's what Cartwheel does, right? We help operators to manage their deliveries, any edge cases related to delivery. So pretty much we live and breathe and bleed everything delivery, and that's like the right show for us.
Okay, so that's a big subject, right? So delivery could be first party, third party, second party. Where in the ecosystem do you live, and what lives inside of your digital four walls?
Right. So the biggest thing we do, and our bread and butter, is everything related to first party delivery.
Okay.
So think of us as driver management tool. On one hand, we have a bunch of customers who have their own drivers.
Okay.
Think of busy pizza places. We try to, our bread and butter, again, mid-market and enterprises, right? Like 20 locations and more.
Okay.
So on one hand, we have customers who have their own drivers.
Okay.
And we give them all the tools they need to manage their drivers, driver apps, dispatch, tracking for the customers, like all the tools you need. On the other hand of the spectrum, we have customers who don't have their own drivers, but they utilize our connections with third-party fleets, right?
Your final mile drivers,
exactly,
right?
Whether it's like catering fleets, on-demand fleets. And then we have kind of middle of the road, what we call hybrid delivery, where it's everything and everyone in between, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to send your drivers only within 2 miles. For orders over $50, you want to go up to 3 miles. But you don't want to send your driver east from Freeway 18.
Right.
And when it gets too busy, you want to tap into DoorDash. But then at some point in certain regions, you want to send orders to Uber Direct. So it can be complicated.
That's a very complex problem.
It can be very complex.
Yeah. So it sounds like there's some orchestration that's happening in here.
Exactly. So that's what we call hybrid delivery, where there is this orchestration layer, and pretty much any scenario you can think of, we usually solve when it comes to delivery. But then we still have customers who want to see data on they just send orders to DoorDash Drive, for instance,
right,
or Uber Direct, but they want to see data on these orders.
And are they not getting that data from Uber or DoorDash?
They get some of this data, but they want to, I would say it's complete data, but for instance, they don't want to deal with refunds, right? And there are certain SLAs that those guys, those companies have. They want to have their own branded tracking instead of, DoorDash tracking, and we provide that. So there are still situations where customers use us for those integrations. So pretty much think of anything delivery. That's what we help customers to solve.
And the user experience, it sounds like there's two user experiences happening: the vendor or the brand,
right,
and then the end user. Is there an app that I, the consumer, download on my phone, or how do I interact, or do I even know I'm interacting with you?
Not necessarily, because you get a text message from us.
Okay.
We send a text message with custom tracking. It has brand...
one-time use URL kind of thing?
It's one-time use URL, exactly. That's one way to do it. Some more sophisticated operators, we embed our tracking into their thank you page. So there is no Cartwheel logo or anything, or you don't need to download the Cartwheel app.
Yep.
And it's all done within the brand's experience, within brand's app. So there are different scenarios. Sometimes we just provide them the data, and then they embed their driver data into their tracking pages.
So I don't know if you're sitting there as a kid in school, daydreaming about the day you get to make a delivery solution for the restaurant industry.
Right.
Where were you? Where was the moment in time that you either felt pain, said the world needs this,
right,
or how'd you think it up?
It was one step leading to another. I had a restaurant, and it was
There's
not
the pain.
There's a lot of pain.
Yeah.
The restaurant was not very successful, and we lost money on that. But delivery in that restaurant was crazy. I think back in the day, that was before Grubhub. Grubhub was on, actually, that was before Uber Eats and before DoorDash. I think we were one of the best performing single unit locations in the country on Grubhub.
Oh, wow.
We had people flying from Grubhub from Chicago to LA to see our operations. It was crazy busy.
Okay.
So we learned a lot about it. We started a delivery company. So we were providing delivery outsourcing for other restaurants in LA. And there was no good software to manage those operations. So we built this software for ourselves to track our own drivers. And there's lots of logistics software companies. When it comes to on-demand delivery, there was no good solution. So we built our own. And then at some point, some other companies started coming to us, hey, can we use your software? Which was, good business model for us. And then we were partnered with Olo and with a bunch of other brands. And then in 2020, something happened that everyone was taking delivery seriously, and everyone was about delivery, and that was a great moment for us.
Right.
Because
we were forced to transform, right?
Exactly. So we, started, this whole thing, and then it became our full-time job. And it was just tool to manage your own drivers. And then we added integrations with DoorDash and with Uber, a bunch of different POS companies. And it became more and more complex product as we, hear feedback from our customers and work on the development.
Fantastic. And so how many customers are you serving today?
It really depends how you count them, right? Because bunch of our customers are delivery service providers that work with a bunch of restaurants.
I guess so.
I would say it's in the hundreds of hundreds logos.
Right.
But one logo can be
thousands,
one mom and pop,
cases.
and one can be thousands locations. So it really depends.
And if people look at you and they go, "Oh, this is what they do," but that's not it. What is it that people get wrong about what you guys do?
It really depends. Sometimes they come to us, like the drivers would message us, "Hey, you guys, I work for you guys." No, you don't work for us. You work for whatever company is using our software, right? That can be one thing. People think of us sometimes as, I don't have my own driver, so I don't need something like Cartwheel.
Right.
But again, as I mentioned, we have a bunch of customers who have 0 drivers in their staff as their team members, and they still use us for a bunch of different integrations we have and for SLAs when it comes to third-party fleets. So I feel like we solve different edge cases when it comes to delivery. So there is no one size fits all.
Right.
So that's why when it comes to sales, again, we're not like, hey, this is Cartwheel. It's more like, hey, tell us about your delivery operations. Tell us how it works. And we'll see if we might be the right fit to solve some of your delivery pain points.
And is your revenue model, is it SaaS or is it based on transactions that are flowing through the system? How's that work for your customers?
We have different models depending on the customer's needs, because we have some customers who have extremely low volume of deliveries, SaaS, but they have high dollar ticket amount, right? Because they use us for tracking their catering deliveries. They might have 20 orders a week, but those are super high ticket orders. Then we work with super high volume pizza places that have hundreds deliveries a day per location. So there is different pricing models. We want to make sure pricing is never a problem or roadblock.
You want to be fair, but you don't want to get abused either, because if they hit it so many times, you have to talk about what you're doing for them.
Exactly. Because again, there are costs associated with each API call. Every time you use Google Maps, every time you get traffic data, every time you send a text message, there is a cost to it. So have to be smart about
That's the secret stuff nobody tells you.
Exactly.
Why Cartwheel? Where'd that come from?
English is not my first language, so it's hard for me to figure out what works and what doesn't. So we just had a bunch of different options, and we showed it to a bunch of our friends and investors and focus group. You can call it focus group, And everyone liked Cartwheel for some reason. It's easy to remember, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's not that we're doing. Actually, my partner Magdim, he's doing cartwheels at the shows.
Oh, he's literally doing cartwheels.
He's literally doing cartwheels.
See, I didn't know if that was a wheel on a cart is getting you there.
Well, he's doing the acrobatics thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
But that's what we call it.
Okay. And so you're at this event right now. Do you do other shows throughout the year?
We do a bunch of shows. This is one of the major shows that we sponsor year after year. FS Tech is another one. Pizza Expo is big for us.
That was a good show.
And then we just visit a bunch of other good shows, restaurants, RLC, Murtech, and others. But this is one of the three biggest for us.
This is your exhibiting show.
Exactly.
Are you going to NRA next week?
My partner marketing will be there.
Okay, fantastic. Well, Alex, for those that are watching that say, I got a restaurant, I really need to figure out my delivery situation. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way is to go to our website, trycartwheel.com, or just shoot me an email or hit me on LinkedIn. And, let's chat about operations and see if Cartwheel might be the right fit.
Well, what if I'm a brand and I'm unsure? Do you do some kind of pilot? Is there a way that we could test it out? Or is it a heavy implementation lift that, hey, if we're doing this, we're all in?
It really depends on brand's operations. I feel like we can be super flexible, right? And we run pilots with larger brands. We do provide it, as a pilot or sandbox. Again, depending on your case, because it can get as complex as you want.
Right.
Or it can be as simple as, set it and forget it. And we just send in tracking messages to, your customers with your branding, and you get data and customer feedback on deliveries that DoorDash or other third party is doing. So it really depends on the case. We have so many different cases. There is like no one size fits all approach. Yeah.
And when it comes to this solution, how long does it take to get in place? Like some things have a long implementation timeline.
Right.
How long does it take to put Cartwheel in and get it going?
Well, the way I answer it usually, there are two types, two components to it. There is actual technical implementation, and then there is the admin work.
Yeah.
Usually, so we don't exist in vacuum. Our solution is part of the whole tech ecosystem and tech stack of the brand, right?
Yep.
We have to be integrated with their POS or with their online ordering. So with integrations that we have, it's usually a flip of a button. So it's more about the admin stuff, right? How do you train your team members to use this piece of software? How do you create logins for your users? Do you use single sign-on? So there's, again, depending on the brand. Yeah, but I would say the hardest part is the admin part and less a technical lift, because we have very robust integrations. Like we don't have hundreds of integration partners, but the one we have very deep integrations, and that's our playbook.
Well, very cool. Well, Alex, this has been enlightening. I'm glad I was able to spend some time with you. Maybe I can run your partner next when we're at the show in Chicago next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, absolutely. And thank you for the opportunity to, talk about Cartwheel.
That's my pleasure. Anytime I can tell a story for good people doing good work that help restaurants grow, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Well, everybody, this has been Alex with Cartwheel. If you have any more questions, he told you where to find him. If you can't find him for some reason, reach out to me. I'll find him for you. But for now, this is Michael and Alex signing off from the Cartwheel booth here at the Food on Demand Conference in Dallas. We'll see you guys in the next one, and stay tuned for more good stuff. And also, last note, random acts of kindness. Sprinkle that stuff everywhere. You never know whose day you're going to make better. Just like Alex spending some time with me made my day better, and hopefully my time with him did that too. So for now, we'll see you guys and have a blessed day.